Hey everybody, hope you guys are having a phenomenal week. This is our midweek bonus material. Super excited about today. But before I get into it, I just wanted to apologize for Sunday. We had all kind of crazy stuff going on. So if you were in the 10:30 service or the second service at any of our campuses, I left out the Andre King testimony video, which is phenomenal. Justin Wojak, if any of you guys know him, he was in the back of the sound booth giving me the throat slash signal. And so as I'm preaching, I'm trying to figure out what is Wojak? What is he telling me to slash out? Come to find out, he was just scratching his neck. But anyway, I thought he was telling me not to do the Andre King video. So we're going to post that on YouTube later this week, put it on social media. So please check that out. Today for the bonus material, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to introduce you guys to Zack. He is our new lead worship pastor at Graystone Church. We are super excited to have Zack. So just want you to hear from him and just get to know him a little bit. So Zack, we are honored to have you.
Man, so excited to be with y'all.
At Graystone Church, and this worship this past Sunday was just incredible.
Man, thank you.
I know you're just feeling your way in and getting started. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where'd you grow up? Where you from?
So I grew up in McDonough, not too far from here. And grew up in church, loved music. My mom played music. My dad played in bands, so music's always kind of been a part of my life. And really started to be interested in middle school. You know, I think leading worship in middle school kind of started my love for music in general, and just really started to develop a passion early on for Christ and leading worship. So it's something that I love to do. It's something that really kind of, and I'll tell more about my story later, but just God showed me from an early age the importance of singing and worshiping Him is something that I love to do. So
you ended up going to college at Belmont University.
Yeah.
Music major.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So somebody told me in high school, they said, if you're going to be serious about this music thing, you need to go to this Belmont place. And I said, all right, whatever, you know. And I went and visited and just experienced, it's just such a level of excellence. And I said, I've got to go here. I've got to experience it. So throughout being at Belmont, I really developed my writing as a writer. And, you know, you're in Music City. It's in Nashville. So you're around a lot of country artists. And for a while there, I was thinking, man, I should try to write country. And so I really looked at developing myself in my writing, and I've had several opportunities for publishing deals, and just hadn't worked out in the right time with really my calling. You know, I never wanted to come back to Georgia, and it's kind of crazy. I told my family and some of my close friends at that time, like, Nashville is where I'm going to be and where I'm going to stay. And it's so interesting that, like, 6-7 years later, you know, I'm in full-time ministry back home, you know, at least close to home. So
you're in Nashville, you're writing country music. I know you were pursuing a country music career.
Yeah.
So what was it that led you to, hey, God's calling me into full-time ministry?
You know, it was kind of something that He pulled me into. You know, I'd experienced some hurt, as many people do, and went to church and, you know, was not as involved as I probably should have been. And I got initially an offer to play at a church back home, and slowly they said, well, why don't you come on staff? And was very reluctant. And through the time of me working there, God really showed me, Zack, this is what I've created you to do. I've created you to lead people in worship. I had a lot of inward, selfish ambition in country music, and it's great. I still listen to it, still write it, but there was a bigger purpose that God, I think, had specifically for me, is to lead His people. And it's something that I was reluctant to, but God has really begun to, over the last 10 years, just push me into that direction.
Well, you and I are both sevens on the Enneagram.
Yeah.
And so we like to have fun.
Absolutely.
Kind of futurist and dream. And I know you have some big dreams.
Yeah.
what are your visions and dreams for Graystone, like worship at
Yeah.
Graystone Church?
Yeah, so every church wants to, well, it seems like a lot of churches are putting out records and a lot of great stuff. There's churches where I just think, oh gosh, if I could have written that song, if I could have been a part of that. And I don't want to write music for the purpose of just getting music out there. I want to write music specifically for our church that lifts up the name of Jesus and points people to Him. And I think for us as a church, if we can write songs that fits our unique culture, that fits our people group, the people that we have volunteering with us, and they can be a part of something special. So over the next year, I'm hoping for us to, this time next year, be putting out music, whether that's an EP, a full length. That's our goal. And so this time next year, by fall of 2020, Graystone Worship, that's my goal, is that we would have something for
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you have a recording studio, so you
absolutely.
record music,
Yeah.
produce it, and all that stuff. So as far as taking the worship, I mean, Sunday I could just sense a different. I don't know what it was, the presence of God, and just like I felt like people were really like engaging in worship.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about taking that to the next level. What would be maybe a Bible verse, or maybe just some inspiration that you could give to everybody to help us in our worship?
A lot of people that have been in church know the verse that God would do exceedingly and abundantly more. But above that, it talks about to experience the fullness of God. And I want that for our church. I want them to experience the fullness that God has to offer to His people, living life more abundantly here as it is in heaven, to the fullness of God. There's a lot in that. And then He will do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask. But I think He wants that in our worship. He wants us to experience Him in His fullness. And that's what I want for our church.
That's awesome. I like that. Are you experiencing the fullness of God? So you're married.
Yep.
we got to mention Brianna.
Yeah.
She's you definitely outpunted your coverage.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She's, being married, something that I've always wanted to be married. So I prayed for Brianna, and she's an agriculture teacher. And it's funny, is her dad plays bass, and her dad and I have similar personalities. So me and her dad are just we bro out, and it's funny how God puts you with somebody that is like like your parents. And she loves the Lord. She's beautiful and all. I mean, she's more than I could have ever asked for. So very thankful for her.
We are so honored to have you and Brianna here. I hope you guys enjoyed meeting Zack this week. And if you haven't heard him lead worship, I want to encourage you to come to Graystone on Sunday. And we're going to worship God. We're going to hear a strong message from His Word. And so hope to see you guys on Sunday at Graystone Church.